there for the day. When we reach the ocean, we can't go further west. We'll keep on driving anyway.
I'll take you down to Darling, and we'll fuck behind the dunes. I'll kiss your mouth, all whiskey breath, and then leave your heart in bruise.
Maybe we should meet in the middle. Maybe we can find a place to be. And if they just give us a minute,
Maybe we could call it home.
forget the stars of Hollywood, big old houses in Bel-Air. I can introduce you to the angels of my city, but we'll find them anywhere.
I'll drag you around town while you're in. Still rain from the rain. I'll buy you chips and tea and beer, and then I'll crush your heart again.
Maybe we should meet in the middle. Minute on home. Maybe we could call it home. Maybe we could call it home.
I've been bruised and broken. reminding me of me.
Woman, guess we're all from the same cloth. 14 years in the same block. 9 long months in your belly, down to the kiln when it still wasn't ready. 3 days later we arrived at the party, smile on my face. You welcome me hardy back to the gaff and the liberties. Christening party, up with the knees. Girl, we are cut from the same cloth. All I feel the same loss. I see your eyes in the mirror. Saint, angel, devil, sinner. Still laughing at life with our fists up. Still getting our tea down the chip shop. Still tough, tongue sharp as a fake knife. Still here, still living the high life.
And this song's for all you mothers. We're all gonna be just fine.
It's an incredible film. I loved it ever since seeing it at Sundance earlier this year, a lifetime ago. Let's talk about Highlight first. It's very, it kind of embodies this sort of life-affirming spirit of so much of the work you've done with John Carney, the filmmaker. Do you want to talk about that one?
That was one of the tougher ones to get, not so much musically, we kind of got the musical side of it quite quickly, and I got the chorus, but Eve hated the verse lyrics, and Eve Hewson, the actress who plays Flora, and she said that Flora would never fucking say that. So we had to listen. And John had this idea, he just said, let's just go in the studio and just kind of hash it out, which I was terrified, but it actually turned out to be A, great fun, and B, we got all that kind of funny stuff. It was great.
Have you experienced that level of kind of collaboration, with cast members on other projects like Sing Street?
No, not so much with cast members, but my background was I was kind of a songwriter, producer for other artists for a while, and I think that kind of got me prepped for doing John Carney films. Because instead of writing about other people's lives, I write about the characters that he makes up in their lives.
So you've been working with him for a minute now. What was it about his work that resonated with you? What kind of drew you together?
Well, when John first called me, we'd never met, and the only thing that I'd seen was once. He'd made Begin Again, which was his second musical movie, but it hadn't come out yet. And that was a big funded, after the success of Once, it was a big studio picture, and he wanted to make a small, independent Irish film, get back to his roots. And he kind of wanted to make for a long time this film that's really semi-autobiographical called Sing Street, about his school band. And so the big theme in that movie is that his brother turns him on to a lot of music. And that's based on John's real relationship with his own brother. And one of the records that he'd turned him on to was my band's first album that we made in 1987 or something. And John had the idea of calling different people that had, been influences on him as a kid. And I was only one of the calls, but he asked me to write a song, sent me a brief, and I wrote a song, and he loved it and just said, will you come on and do the whole movie? And that kind of relationship that since then we've done that. We've done 2 seasons of television for Amazon, The Modern Love, and then Flora and Son. So.
A lot of feedback on that. Can you talk about sort of how your writing process and how you find your way into characters? I really love, for example, the songs you wrote for The Son, played by Oren Kinlan. He's a young, aspiring rapper with some really great poppy rap stuff.
The rap stuff mainly came from John. John's hilarious, but he left a few bits open, and I remember having to ask him because there were certain things that I would say in Scottish that I didn't know if they worked in Irish, but luckily enough they did. Things like getting our tea down the chip shop, that's a Scottish one. But the characters are so well written that it's like fun kind of trying to find their musical voices. And some of it happens really quickly and we're just kind of having a laugh and it kind of like comes really quickly. And then other ones you hit roadblocks. And particularly the rooftop song that we played tonight, the song that gets done on the rooftop of the movie, which is called Meet in the Middle, sorry. It was called Rooftop Song for so long that it's still stuck in my head. And again, that was a lyrical thing. It was just trying to find that lovely balance between them, like they're having a conversation. And one of John's references was Fairy Tale of New York by Pogues and Kirsty MacColl, where they're kind of sparring with one another. And it's not as, clearly not as aggressive as that song, but we wanted it to have a bit, that kind of feel. And again, we found it in the studio with the 2 actors being in character, and so just messing about with the lyrics until we thought, that's funny, that's cool,
Wasn't there an idea of sort of making it, the tracks almost, they had to be believable that these people could come up with these things, right? There was an element to that.
Yeah, one of John's big things is, he's got one eye on the whole thing as a songwriter, but he's got his other eye on it as a filmmaker, and he really knows these characters. A lot of them are based on real people, and he never wants his movies to be about the big glory winning the record deal or like making it, whatever that is. It's more about like the journey that they go on emotionally themselves and what they find through music and how they discover each other through music. I forgot the question, but that was...
Well, I think we're out of time, but Gary Clark, give it up.